Hi guys, welcome to another New Moon Yoga. My name is Natasha and it is my honor to guide you through this practice. A little about me. I'm a 200-hour yoga instructor. I'm working on my 500-hour right now. I'm a witch. I'm into all things witchy, moon phases, astrology, crystals, tarot, all that jazz. If you'd like, you can follow me at Nourish Natasha on Instagram there as well for a bunch of yoga content, witchy content, all of that jazz. If you really enjoy my practices, they will always be free here on YouTube, but if you want to get a little more in depth with me, I do have a program called Nourished AF. It is a bundle of all my courses, so it comes with 2 yoga courses and a course on self-love and mindful eating. I'll put the link in the description for you if you're interested in supporting what I do. But yeah, I am really close to 3,000 subscribers, I think, which I never thought would happen here on YouTube, so thank you guys for always being here to practice with me. I so appreciate you. But yeah, we're gonna get right into this new moon practice. So this new moon that is coming up is in Libra. So Libra is all about balance. You know, the symbol is the scales. My mom is a Libra, so I'm a little biased towards Libras. I love Libras. But yeah, it is, you know, we're in this fall, autumn season. We're kind of, fall is the transition between summer and winter. So it's this point between the light and the dark, which is what we're going to be focusing a lot on today. So I have a lot of notes, don't mind me reading. Libra rules the kidney, bladder, skin, veins, so kind of all the organs in our body that keep us balanced, right? Libra also rules the heart chakra, and the heart chakra's element is air, just like Libra, so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Of course, the heart chakra is love, and this is self-love and also love for others. It is compassion. A blocked heart chakra kind of shows up in self-isolation, not standing up for yourself, not loving yourself properly, self-hatred, self-betrayal, and putting others' needs before your own to a point where it's self-sabotage. So that's kind of a blocked heart chakra, and we're going to be working on opening that up. Let's see, what else do I have here? Yeah, so with the heart chakra also balances the upper and the lower chakras. There's 7 chakras, and the heart chakra is in the middle. So it is just like Libra, it is the balancer, right? So we're going to be talking about balance, of course, harmony, balance of shadow and light, balance of good and bad feelings, and remembering that as a human being, we are full of both good and bad feelings, traits, attributes. There is a balance, and not to say that there are good and bad, but like negative, positive. Like we're human. We're always going to have bad days. We're always going to have good days. We're always going to have shadows. We're always going to have light. You can't have one without the other. You can't have light without darkness. And we have to embrace that kind of sense of duality. So our mantra for today is I am balanced, and I will work on my shadows while increasing my light. So while we have to do the shadow work for sure, we can't just ignore those shadows and hope they go away. We have to do the work. We also need to work on increasing our light, the good things, the positive things. So that's what our focus is today. You will need blocks today. We're going to actually start in a block pose and end in a block pose. If you'd also like a strap for today, you can use that as well. Any props, any variations, any modifications that work for you and your body. You guys know my classes, everything I say is an option, not an order. So as long as you're listening to your body, you're doing great. This flow will be a teeny bit more on the intermediate side. We are going to be working on a balancing posture, Warrior 3, which is a little bit more intermediate. But don't let that intimidate you. Of course, I'll offer modifications, variations, and tips and tricks to kind of get you there. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to stop ranting at you guys, and we're going to get started. So you will need your blocks here for our first pose. We're going to be getting started in supported fish, so getting right into the heart openers, because of course it's the heart chakra, so we have to open our heart. So for supported fish, you're going to put one block right on your bra line, right in between your shoulder blades. And it can be high, it can be low. You know, if you have a more flexible back, you can definitely go higher. And then this other block you can use as a pillow underneath your head. I don't need that block, but if you need it, of course use it. And you'll just put it right underneath your head. So again, this block's coming right in between your shoulder blades. And again, you can use that other block as a pillow for your head, or you can rest your head on the mat. You can bring your arms to either side of you. Now with your legs, you can keep them bent. You can extend them if you like. You can maybe even take a hip opener if that feels good for you. I think that's what I'll do today. again, just listening to your body. And once you're here, just feel those shoulder blades melt open over that block. With every inhale, you feel the chest expand, the belly expand. And with every exhale, you just melt a little deeper, open the heart up a little more. Now you can have your palms facing down to get grounded, or palms facing up to take in energy. And just close your eyes here. Start to bring the awareness to your breath. Not changing anything about it, just noticing it as it goes in and out through your nose. And we use our breath as a tool to bring us to our mat, to the present moment. We also just use it to check in, see how we're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally. So use that breath to take inventory. And if you notice any blockages, any constraints that come up, just notice them. Practice non-judgment, non-attachment. Let them just float on by. And remember that right now we're currently in a Mercury retrograde. We just went into Mercury retrograde on October 13th in Scorpio. So there's going to be a lot of emotions happening. So just give yourself grace. Practice non-judgment. And again, let yourself feel the good and the bad. That's how we'll get through it. Side note, I also do have a Mercury retrograde yoga class if you want to check that out. So just continue to breathe here, letting that heart really open up. And as we're opening our heart today and thinking about that heart chakra, if you'd like, you can imagine a bright green light radiating out from your chest, from your heart. That is the color of the heart chakra, the Anahata chakra. So just picturing that light. And maybe you're sending that light to other people, or maybe you're sending that light to yourself if you need some love and some compassion. You can take a big inhale in through the nose, feel the chest expand, the belly expand. And take an open mouth exhale. Release. Big inhale in through the nose, fill up. And open mouth exhale. Release. Now whenever you're ready, you can slowly make your way off your block. So you can just roll over to one side, find a fetal pose for a moment. Just resting here for just a second with the eyes closed. Taking one more moment of stillness. And then you can gently just press yourself up to a seat. Any seat that you are comfortable in. I'm going to take an easy seated pose, but if that's too much on your hips or your knees, please take any variation you like. I'm going to place my hands facing down on my knees. And we're going to go into a little seated cat-cow here. So just like our tabletop cat-cow, we're going to inhale, press the chest out, pull the shoulders back, lift the chin, lift the gaze. And then exhale, we're going to round, drop the chin to chest, maybe tug on those knees. And then inhale to open up. And exhale to round. Now do 5 more of these on your own breath. And repeat to yourself our mantra. I am balanced. I will work on my shadows while increasing my light. And again, maybe every time you open up that chest, you envision, you feel that warm green light radiating out. And take any movements that feel good here. If you want to take some full chest circles, that's an option. If it feels really good in a certain position, just hold it there, listening to your body. And go ahead and gently come back to a neutral spine. We're going to transition to a tabletop position. So just gently coming to a table. Your shoulder, elbow, wrist are all in line. Your hips are right over your knees, and we're going to go right into a regular cat-cow here. So I want you to inhale, Open up again. Maybe picture that green light coming out from your chest. And exhale to round. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round again. 5 more of these on your own breath. Any movements that feel good. Again, take some full body circles, or maybe you rock from side to side. Just really getting in tune with your body here. We're getting right into these heart openers. Warming up the spine. I'm going to finish up the last round you're on. You can go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. Now we're going to work on a balancing exercise here, because of course, Libra, balance, we got to get into it. So we're going to lift the right arm and the left leg. If that is too much for you, you're just going to do one or the other. That is totally fine. So you can either just lift the arm or just lift the leg and follow along, or if you'd like, you can lift both. So when you do, I want you to make sure your hand is very active, and so is your foot. You can either point or flex the foot, really feeling that energy. So I want you to inhale, lengthen, and exhale. Try to bring the elbow to your knee. Inhale, lengthen out, and exhale, crunch it in. Inhale out, exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, squeeze. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, and then go ahead and gently release. You should feel that in your core, your back, from the tips of your fingers all the way down to your toes, and really feel that balancing. When we balance, we work on our core. All right, we're gonna go to the other side. So extending that left arm out, the right leg back, and again, either or, if you prefer. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to squeeze. Inhale out, and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale, squeeze, and then go ahead and release. Shake it out just a bit. Now we're going to go to a tiger pose. So this is going to be a little bit of quad hip opener and also a chest heart opener. You can use a strap here, and I'll talk you through each step, and you find which step works best for you. So what you're going to do is same, just like before. I want you to extend the right arm out and the left leg back. And again, if this is too much, I just want you to do the arm. Now I want you to bend your knee. If your leg is extended, pointing the toes back to you. And you're going to reach around with that arm, and you're just going to grab that foot. Now, you're going to really press that foot into the palm of your hand and use that to open up the chest and shoulder. Now, again, you can stay right here. You can stay here. Whatever works best for you and your body. I'm just opening up and breathing here, maybe trying to gaze over that back shoulder. And then when you release, I want you to very gently release. Don't fling your foot. Just gently come back to tabletop. And now we're going to take it to the other side. So again, left arm extends. Right leg goes back. Maybe you bend at the knee. Reach around. Grab that foot. And open up. Really pressing that foot into the hand to create this opening in the quad, the hip, the chest, the shoulder. Now again, you can stay here. You can stay here, listening to your body and breathing and balancing. And then when we release, it's nice and gentle, and we shake it out Now we're going to take a wide-legged child's pose here. Just a little rest. You can open up your knees about as wide as your mat. Sink your hips down to your heels. Extend the arms and drop the chest to the mat. And finding your breath here. Remembering your mantra. I am balanced. And I will work on my shadows as I increase my light. And again, picturing that heart chakra opening up, finding that nice warm green light, and sending it to those who need it. And maybe it's you who needs it. And when you're ready, you're going to inhale back up to your table. Now we're going to do a little extended cat-cow. So if this is too much for you, I want you to just do your normal cat-cows right here. If you want a little bit more, we're going to inhale, drop our bellies to the mat with straight arms, finding a cobra pose. Chin is up, shoulders are pressed away from the ears. And then we're going to exhale to a child's pose. So inhale, cobra, and exhale, child's pose. Again, this is an extended cat-cow. You don't have to do this. You can do the regular cat-cow or seated cat-cow, whatever works for you. Just follow along with your breath. We're going to do 5 just like this. Really finding that heart opener in our cobra. And then exhaling to our child's pose. Two more. Last one. Now relax into that child's pose, maybe even deeper than our first one. Now I want you to inhale up and we're going to take a puppy pose. So puppy pose is a pretty intense heart opener. If it's too much, I just want you to stay right in your child's pose. If you want to work on your puppy pose, it's just like child's pose, except we're keeping our hips over our knees. So you're not sinking back. You're walking your hands out and dropping your chest to the mat. Now, you can keep your forehead on the mat if you want a little more. You can place your chin on the mat and gaze up towards your hands. And breathing here. Again, this can be a little intense, so always finding a child's pose if you need it. A couple more breaths here. You can inhale, gently come back up to your tabletop. And then we're going to find our first downward facing dog. So whenever you're ready, you can just go ahead and tuck those toes and inhale those hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog here. And find some movement. This is our first one of class. So you can pedal out the feet. You can shake the hips. You can shake your head, yes. Or shake it, no. Maybe come up really high on those tippy toes. And then release those heels back down to the mat. When you're ready, you can find some stillness. And then inhale, gaze to the top of your mat. And exhale, just step up into a forward fold. Now again, our first forward fold of class. Find some movement. A gentle sway back and forth. You can always grab for opposite elbows. Give them a little bounce maybe.
And just breathe here. Go ahead and release your hands. Bring them to your shins. Press into them. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale those hands to your heart center. Take a moment here. Close your eyes. Feel maybe the gentle sway your body has just standing here. This is balance. Maybe engage your core to find stillness. Go ahead and open your eyes. We're going to take a little half sun salute with a heart opener just to continue to get our bodies warm. I do want to get our heart rates up just a little bit in this class because, working on that heart chakra. So go ahead and inhale your arms up. Exhale, goalpost out the arms. Take a heart opener. Inhale up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, heart opener. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now this one, I'm not going to cue. You're going to take it on your own breath. You know the moves. So go ahead and start on the inhale. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back right here. We'll meet back standing in Samastitihi with our hands at heart center. Take your time to get there. And now once you're there, we're going to take it again from the top, except we're going to add on this time. So go ahead and inhale those arms up. Exhale, find that heart opener. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. You can plant your hands to the mat. We're just going to step back into a high plank. Now you can drop to your knees here. Hold your high plank on your knees. You can hold your high plank at the top. Whatever works for you. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we can all lower to our knees and all the way down to our bellies. We're going to take a little low cobra sequence here. I want you to inhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulders, and exhale, release. Inhale, maybe this time hover the fingers, and exhale, release. Inhale, maybe this time hover the hands, really use those back muscles, and exhale, gently release. Now when we press up, we're all going to meet in downward facing dog, but you can transition there however you like. You can go to tabletop, plank, straight to downward dog, whatever works for you. So we're just going to inhale, press up, and find your downward facing dog. Now I'm going to find my high crescent lunges from downward dog. If that is too much for you, I want you to come to standing and just step back into them. Again, listen to your body here. If you'd like to transition with me from three-legged dog, I want you to inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, take a hip opener, bending at the knee just for a moment. Inhale back to straight. And exhale, knee into chest. Go ahead and plant it for a lunge. Now use your core to lift yourself up into your high crescent. So your knee is over your ankle, back leg is straight, back foot is active. Hips are square to the front of your mat. You can inhale your arms up. Now we're going to take a heart opening flow here. I want you to inhale, lengthen. Exhale, goalpost arms, heart opener. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find that heart opener. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heart opener. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release hands to the mat. Now again, you can transition just back into a forward fold, or if you'd like, plant your hands and step back into your three-legged dog, and then release. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, that left leg up and back. Exhale, find a hip opener. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, knee into chest. Plant it for that lunge. Again, using that core strength to come on up. Find your posture. Hips are square, knee is over ankle. And then inhale, arms up. Now taking that heart opener flow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, heart opener. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open up. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, back up. Exhale, plant the hands. Now again, transition how you'd like. I'm going to take my three-legged dog, and then I'm going to release into my downward dog. And I'm just going to take a child's pose, or you can also take a puppy pose here if you'd like. Again, getting right into that heart chakra. Whatever feels right and good for you and your body. Now here, in your child's pose or your puppy pose, wherever you're resting, I want you to breathe. And I want you to feel that heart chakra. Feel that green light coming out from your chest. And think about your mantra. I am balanced. And I will work on my shadows as I increase my light. Seal it with a breath. Take a big inhale in through the nose. Fill up. And open mouth, exhale. Release. Don't mind my dogs barking, they're just very excited. You can go ahead and inhale. Come to your tabletop position. We're going to find our downward facing dog. So just go ahead, tuck the toes. And inhale the hips up and back. And you can go ahead and gaze to the top of your hands and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come to standing. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now, we're going to find that crescent lunge again. I'm going to cue it from standing because we're going to go into a warrior three. And I want you to be able to kind of modify as needed, take variations as needed. If you'd like to come to your high crescent from your vinyasa, your downward dog, please be my guest. Now, if you've never done warrior three before, I want you to maybe find yourself against a wall. You can use blocks, you can use a chair, whatever works for you. It's going to be a one-legged balancing pose, so don't let it psych yourself out yet. So, from standing, I'm going to bring my hands to my hips. We're going to start with the right leg. So I'm putting all my weight into my right foot. I'm going to step back into my high crescent. I'm going to find my balance. I'm going to inhale my arms up, holding this high crescent. Now again, I'm putting all my weight into this right foot. You can bring your hands to your hips if needed, or hands to heart center, or keeping your arms up, whatever works. And slowly, maybe bend forward. Focus your gaze on something that's not moving until you can lift that back foot up. Now make sure you're putting energy into that foot, flexing or pointing. Your hips are square down to the mat, and you can bring hands to heart center. You can extend them out. You can extend them back for airplane arms. Wherever you're at, I want you to breathe. I am balanced. I will work on my shadows and increase my light. I'm going to take an inhale here and exhale. Come gently back to standing. You see that little balance core transition? So I'm going from warrior 3 and just whoop. Now again, use a wall, use a chair, use whatever you need to use. Listen to what your body's telling you. We're gonna do the other side. So shake it out, find your bearings. We're gonna take it to the left. So putting all of our weight into the left foot, I'm gonna step back into that high crescent. First, I'm gonna find my high crescent. I'm gonna breathe here. And I'm gonna start to put my weight into my front foot. I'm gonna start to lean forward until I can spring off. I'm gonna put energy into that back foot. I'm gonna focus my gaze on something that's not moving. I'm gonna engage my core, and I'm gonna repeat to myself, I am balanced. And I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna take an inhale and exhale. Loop. Right back to standing. So shake it out. You did it. However you did it, you did it. It's balancing postures for me. It's funny, I can be super balanced upside down in a headstand, but ask me to balance on my feet, nope. So it took me a while to work on those two. All right, we're gonna transition back down to the mat. I want you to inhale, arms up, and exhale, just gently fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Just plant your hands and gently sit back to a downward dog for just a moment. And then you can go ahead and take a seat on your knees. Now, we're gonna get a little bit into the hip flexors here. Take a little heart openers as well. So if you like your blocks as a support in low lunge, go ahead and grab them. And if you don't need them, you don't need them. If you do, you do. Whatever works. So I'm gonna come to kind of stand on my knees. If I need my blocks, I'm gonna bring them with me. And we're gonna start with the right leg. So stepping that right foot out. Again, this is what your blocks are for. If you need that extra support in your low lunge. So finding that low lunge, knees over ankle, really getting into this left hip flexor. Hips are square to the front of your mat. And I'm gonna inhale, my arms up. Now we're gonna do the same heart opening sequence. So I want you to inhale, lengthen, and exhale, heart opener. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open up. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, open up. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, bring the hands down, straightening the front leg, and finding a half splits. Now again, keep your blocks if you need them. Try to keep almost a halfway lift in our spine so we're not super slouched over. Just hitting the hamstring a little bit here. Now go ahead and inhale back to that lunge. You can bring both hands to the inside of the foot and just gently step that foot back, coming back to a seat on your knees. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, utilize the blocks if you need them. Coming to stand on your knees. Don't mind my knees popping. Bring that left foot out. Find your posture here. Inhale those arms up when you're ready. Use your blocks. Now we're going to find those heart openers. So inhale to lengthen and exhale, open up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, straightening that front leg, bringing the hands down, finding that half splits. Breathing into that hamstring. Flexing those toes back to your face. Now gently come back to that low lunge. Bring both hands to the inside of the foot and use that to step back to your knees. Now, one last little heart opener here. We're going to get into some camel. I'm going to talk you through 3 steps. You find the step that works for you. You find the variation that works for you. Camel is a bit of an intense heart opener. So you're going to come to stand on your knees. Our first option, you're going to bring your hands to your low back, right kind of where your hips meet your spine, right on your pelvis. I have a little divot right here. I'm going to try to squeeze my elbows, my shoulder blades back behind me. I'm going to inhale here, and I'm going to exhale. Push my hips forward, open up my heart, and gaze behind me. Lifting the chin, breathing here, finding balance. Now inhale, very, very slowly come up and find a seat on your knees. Now, stay with that variation if that's what works for you. We're going to do our second variation now. So again, I'm coming up to stand on my knees. This time I'm going to bring my hands to my heart center. A little bit more of a balancing camel here. I'm going to inhale, and I'm going to exhale, start to bend. I'm going to bring my arms overhead. Find my heart opener, gaze back behind me. Open up the throat. And inhale, gently come to a seat. Very hard to talk when you're doing that, for the record. All right, last variation. Again, stick with the one that you enjoy the most. If you're like, man, that first one was difficult, you're going to stay right there and do any of them that feels good for you. I'm going to take it another step further. So you can do this one. If you've never done full camel before, you can come to flexed feet, so you give yourself a little bit, you can reach your heels easier, or you can take it from flat feet. Now I'm going to start the way we started our first one. So I'm going to bring my hands to that little divot where my hips meet my spine. I'm going to squeeze my shoulders and my elbows behind me. I'm going to inhale and then exhale. Come back. I'm going to reach for my heels. I'm going to press my hips, my heart open, and I'm going to breathe. I'm going to gently inhale, exhale, release. All right, so we're going to take a child's pose to counteract those intense back bends. So just find your child's pose. I like my wide-legged as child's pose, sinking those hips back and extending those arms out, bringing your chest to the mat. Find your child's pose. I'm going to grab some water. All right. So we're breathing in our child's pose. We're reminding ourselves of our mantra, I am balanced, and will work on my shadows as I increase my light. Gently inhale, come up to a table, and then just go ahead and come to a seat. We're going to transition to our backs. Keep a block nearby you because we're going to need it for later. And go ahead, just gently come to your back. You can extend those legs long just for a moment. Maybe find a morning stretch here, extending the legs long and arms up overhead. Just decompressing that spine for just a second. And then go ahead and release. Now we're going to take some hip openers here and some twists. So I want you to bring your right knee into your chest and leaving the left leg long. Now just give that knee a little squeeze. Now you can stay right here, grabbing backs of thighs, calves, or wrapping your arms around that leg. Or you can take a half happy baby. So that's reaching for that foot and opening up the hip a little deeper. So again, find your variation and go ahead and go there. Just breathe into that hip, that low back, when you're ready, I want you to gently release, but keeping that knee pulled in. And we're going to take it to a supine twist. So you're just going to draw that knee over to the left, taking a bent knee twist here. You can bring your arms out to a T, or use that left hand to kind of gently pull on that leg. Find a deeper twist. Maybe gaze over your shoulder in the opposite direction. Breathing here. I don't know if you guys can hear that bird in my backyard, but that bird has been the bane of my existence for a few days now. He chirps at like 5 in the morning. It's fine, it's Mercury retrograde to be like that. Go ahead and inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release that leg, shake it out a little bit, and then take it to the other side. So drawing that left knee in, giving it a little squeeze into the chest. And again, if this works for you, staying right here. If you want a little more, finding that half happy baby. Breathing into that hip and your low back. Now from here, keeping that knee pulled in, I'm just finding that twist, so inhaling and then exhaling. Pulling that knee to the right, finding that twist. You can bring your arms out to a T position, gazing over your shoulder in the opposite direction. Breathe into that twist. Go ahead and inhale, come back to center, and exhale. You can release. All right, and we're going to take a supported bridge pose here. So this is what our block is for, wherever it went. Now, if you'd like to take a full bridge, be my guest. If you'd like to take a full wheel, we're very warmed up in our spine and our chest. You can also take a full wheel if that feels right for you in your practice. You're going to bend your knees and bring your feet bottoms to the mat with your heels as close up to your butt as you can get them. I want you to inhale those hips up and just sneak that block on underneath your hips. Again, whatever height feels good for you. If you have a more flexible lower back, you can bring it up to a higher height. Again, this is your chance if you'd like to take wheel pose, full bridge, any kind of variation. I'll be honest with you guys, wheel pose is the bane of my existence. I used to love it, but multiple chest surgeries later, I cannot open my chest like that, but it's okay. We modify, we take variations. I love me some supported bridge though. Feels so good on the low back. I'm just breathing here, feeling that decompression in my spine. Now, if shoulder stand is in your practice, you can take a full shoulder stand, you can take plow pose, any kind of inversion that feels right for you. Maybe you're like me, you love headstand, any kind of inversion you want to take. Now, if you want a gentle variation, you're going to stay right here with your hips on that block, and you're just going to bring those knees into your chest, and then straighten your legs to the ceiling. So this is a modified shoulder stand. We're elevating our hips above our heart. We're lifting our legs and we're getting the blood just flowing in the opposite direction. Now I'm going to just roll out my ankles. I went for 3-mile runs today. So my ankles, feet are definitely feeling it. Maybe point and flex the feet. you very gently release, just bending those knees down again, and then releasing the feet to the mat. I'm going to inhale my hips up just a bit, just to scoosh that block out from underneath me. And then I'm going to relax. Now, if there's any pose that you'd like to take before we find our Savasana, please be my guest. I'm going to take a happy baby, because y'all know it's my favorite. But take anything that your body's asking you for. If your body's like, you know what, we just want Savasana, go to your Savasana. I just love the hip and the lower back release that happy baby has to offer. And when you're ready, gently find your Savasana. Take up as much space as you need to on the mat. Remind yourself one more time of our mantra. I am balanced. I will work on my shadows while increasing my light. And close your eyes and just breathe here. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. When you're ready, you can bring your awareness back to your space, back to your body. You can wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. You can roll out the wrists or roll out the ankles. Gently just draw your knees into your chest. And then you can release to a fetal pose. Keeping your eyes closed just for one more moment of stillness. Then gently press yourself up to a seat, any seat that you are comfortable in. Keeping those eyes closed here. I want you to bring your hands to either side of you, feeling the mat beneath your fingertips. Inhale those arms up, take in all that wonderful energy. Exhale, bring them back down, releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Inhaling them up one more time. Exhale, draw the palms together to touch and bring that to that heart center, that heart chakra, your Anahata chakra. Picture for one more moment that green light, that warm green light coming out from your chest. Send it to someone who needs it. The love and light in me honors the love and light in each of you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. That is all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Like I said, if you'd like, you can follow me on Instagram at Nourish Natasha. I have courses. I'll put the link in the description box. And don't forget, it is Mercury retrograde. I also have a full Mercury retrograde yoga class. I'll put the link in the description box as well for that. And I think that is all I got. I will see you next time for the Halloween full moon, blue moon. I'm so excited. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.